Hi everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I've dashed to my PC. We're in the middle of having a St. Patrick's Day lunch and stuff, so I might get in a bit of trouble back home, but that's okay. I'm Irish, of course, but yeah, wanted to give you a quick update on a couple of cool new things coming in the game. A new Fragment champion starting next Friday, 25th of March. But first of all, let's talk about this first. So, we're planning to make some balance changes to the clan shop. So, new stuff coming to clan shop, which is very exciting, actually. There's going to be the slots are going to be switched around, and there's going to be two new rewards. The first one are fragments for Yakarl the Scourge. So that's pretty exciting. Probably you'll be able to get those fragments maybe after you get Yannicka, or maybe you'll be in a higher slot. I don't actually know. But Yakarl the Scourge, he is, of course, you can check out my video from a couple of days ago talking about his rebalance. I think he's going to be a really great champion now. He's going to have just a baseline AoE attack that can freeze. It's a guaranteed freeze if your enemies have high turn meter, so he's going to be awesome in the arena. And yeah, then he can also absolutely smack people, ignoring defense when they are frozen. So you put him with Savage, Helm Smasher Masteries, and he's going to hit extremely hard. So pretty exciting stuff there from Yakarl. So that is a cool one. He's going to be fun. I already have him. So as soon as that rebalance goes live, I will be checking him out and showing you guys how he actually plays. Now, I don't have mine booked yet, but I will be looking into booking him soon. I'll certainly have him booked before you're able to finish collecting him from the clan shop, so don't worry about that. But yeah, Void Legendary from the clan shop, pretty exciting. There's also going to be a new artifact set called Killstroke Artifacts. You're going to be able to buy, it looks like chests, which might have just random pieces of this. So that is pretty exciting. Yeah, that'll be pretty exciting. Okay, looks like, actually, look at this. Yannicka will still be available in the clan shop along with Yakarl. So I'm sort of guessing maybe you can start working on both of them at the same time, which is cool. But the Killstroke Artifact Set, you can see here's an image for it, provides your champions with a 20% crit damage and 5% speed bonus for every 2 artifacts equipped. It's a quite simple yet efficient set that will come in handy for your damage dealers. This is a very good set. Very, very good. It's crit damage with a little bit extra. It's the perception. As perception is to accuracy here, just a straight upgrade. So Killstroke it sounds like a comic book villain. Killstroke probably is a comic book villain. It sounds yeah, it's like that is what it is to crit damage. So this alongside Savage is going to be the go-to set for most damage dealers. In fact, well, Lethal from Doom Tower being an upgrade, you'd be on Lethal, and Killstroke is like a better version of being in Savage and crit damage, basically. So this is going to be a really good set. Also nice, it's a 2-piece set, so very easy to build up your champions. Yeah, very solid. I think it's a great set. Really, really good. And then we have this new dude. We have this new dude called Nari the Lucky. Let me see if I can get it bigger. Kind of. Yeah, here we go. Let's get it bigger in Chrome so you can see him. He's actually a dwarf. He looks crazy. This guy looks crazy for a dwarf. He looks like a goblin, like the Green Goblin or something. Nari the Lucky, really weird looking. Force Affinity, legendary champion here. His A1, We Filter, attacks one enemy, 50% chance of stealing one random buff from the target. I guess this might go up to something like 75% chance, would be my guess. So it's an okay A1. Not amazing, it's only okay. His A2 then, Rainbow of Woe, 4-turn cooldown. This, I assume, is going to buck to 100% chance and maybe a 3-turn cooldown. AoE attack, which has a 75%, presuming it bucks to 100%, chance of putting a 50% decrease accuracy debuff and a 50% decrease resistance debuff for 2 turns. So that's certainly intriguing. Yeah, well, let's talk about the rest of his kit first, then we'll come back to it. Irresistible Wealth, 6-turn cooldown. I'm guessing this would probably buck to a 4-turn. Is another AoE attack. Attacks all enemies. 75% chance of placing Provoke debuff for 1 turn. Also places a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. I'm guessing it might go to 100% and 4 or 5-turn cooldown. Looks like he's probably going to need quite a few bucks as well, I would say. So that's interesting there. AoE Provoke with counterattack on him. And then Joyful Song. At the start of this champion's turn, transfers 1 random buff from a random enemy to a random ally. This champion's accuracy is increased by 5 for each buff on each ally. So, this guy, he's intriguing. You know, bearing in mind this is a champion fragment event, so you're going to be collecting a few fragments in every tournament and event while this is ongoing. That makes it, I think, pretty doable. This does make it pretty doable. Those are generally much easier than the fusions, much less intensive because you don't have to level up the champions and fuse them together to make it. Simply collect the fragments. So these are typically the easiest sort of legendary events to get, which is good. I think he's intriguing. So yeah, we look at him, I'd say for Doom Tower, he looks quite good for Doom Tower, right? Decrease accuracy, decrease resistance, actually really good, right? You come in, you build this guy with high accuracy. I say one thing that's maybe a bit clunky is that you're gonna want him with high accuracy to guarantee these debuffs. Like, he's got such good debuffs here. You want him with high accuracy. So I'm not sure how this increased accuracy from his passive is really gonna help you that much. I think that might help in arena, but that's about it. Every other bit of content is kind of irrelevant. In the arena, you can have people with crazy resistance, which is where this actually does become useful. But yeah, I mean, AoE, decrease accuracy, decrease resistance, very good for Doom Tower. Really, really good. Mitigates what they can do to you and makes it much easier to build your team. It's kind of similar to increase accuracy, but I guess even more effective, right? Even more effective. Yeah, it would be better. So this is a nice set of things to bring. For Hydra, there is affinity issues for sure, but I think for Hydra, this is also pretty good, right? Decreased resistance makes it easier for your team to land those debuffs, so you can have nukers like Royal Guard built just for damage, and they'll still actually have a good chance to put their debuffs on, which is cool. And decrease accuracy, you guys know I'm big on decrease accuracy for Hydra. I think it's very strong to stop that Head of Mischief, stealing your buffs and turn meter, and also, you know, mitigating the provokes, the poisons, all the heal reduction. So very good. I think this is cool. This is very cool. I mean, in the future as well, we know there's more Hydra heads coming. If they ever do put in a head with really high resistance, then this dude will be absolutely phenomenal, right? It's a very unique source of this debuff. I think he's worth having just for that. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. AoE provoke puts counterattack on him. This is where that A1 does become kind of useful, where you can steal buffs. Yeah, obviously this is useless enough for Hydra. There's obviously the risk of that counterattack being stolen, but with decreased accuracy, maybe you'll be okay. Bit tricky though. I think it's a bit tricky. You know, you could build him for Hydra, not building his accuracy that high, letting the buffs do some of the work, and building his resistance a bit higher so that when you decrease accuracy, he'll have enough resistance to not have his counterattack stolen. But yeah, he's interesting. He's interesting. Doesn't seem necessarily amazing, but I think he's solid. And obviously going into Doom Tower, right, you can come and really debuff them in turn 1, then come in turn 2 and provoke them all. And then you're going to be stealing any buffs that they happen to get with this A1, which is cool. I love this idea of transferring a random buff from an enemy to an ally. That is really cool. You put him in something like Relentless. I think he's going to be pretty good if you can get his stats high enough, right, to do the other stuff. He might hit hard. I've no idea. But yeah, I think he's fun. Like, this is what I like with these champions. I know some people are not going to like it because, you know, random buff to random ally. People, like, they can shit themselves and freak out. You know, they start punching the wall when they read random. It's just like their least favorite word. I don't know. But for me, I actually like it. I think it's cool. I think he's a really fun looking champion. You know, yeah, I think he's fun. He was supposed to be the St. Patrick's Day themed one, right? You know, the lucky, right? This idea of obviously, I guess he's supposed to be a leprechaun. Actually, now I look at it, but yeah, he's obviously just been delayed because of the war in Ukraine. So he's the St. Patrick's Day fusion and or fragment collector. I think he's cool. So there you go, guys. That is the news. We have this new champion, Nari the Lucky. We have new gear set and Yukar the Scourge coming from the shop. So lots of actually cool stuff to be excited about. But yeah, we have just over 1 week. This is on the 25th of March. So be ready for that, guys. It is coming up pretty soon. Yeah, this is actually bang in the middle, by the way, of the Krisk Wars. Yes, Champion Training Wars for Krisk is running from the Monday until the following Monday, I do believe. So yeah, that could be a problem, guys. Or maybe it's good if you're going hardcore for Krisk. We'll see. But having to do whatever event, like there could be a spider tournament or something easily, you know. They often start with a dungeon tournament, so there could be a dungeon tournament starting on that Friday. And if you're trying to grind champion training for Krisk, bear that in mind, right? Bear that in mind. For most people, I would highly recommend going for this guy over going for Krisk because 99% of people aren't going to get that Krisk. Whereas if you go for this guy, you should be pretty easy to get. Yeah, he's cool. He is cool. Very cool. There you go, guys. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.